A new milestone in presidential politics. For the first time in history, a vice president campaigned from an abortion clinic. It's all part of the Biden administration's reproductive rights tour. As medical reporter Lori Johnson reports, the move could backfire.
Calling it a health care clinic, Vice President Kamala Harris campaigned at a Minnesota Planned Parenthood facility where abortions are performed. She used it as an opportunity to slam lawmakers in other states who voted to limit abortion.
How dare these elected leaders believe they are in a better position to tell women what they need, to tell women what is in their best interest.
More than 20 states have passed laws banning or limiting access to abortion since the Supreme Court struck down Roe v. Wade. In 6 states, voters have approved ballot referendums protecting abortion. More are expected in November. We may see more campaign appearances at abortion clinics as the Biden administration appears to consider this issue as a way to drive his supporters to the polls.
Democrats are going to talk about abortion access as a key plank in this election. It motivates Democratic voters, and it could help with independent voters.
It's part of what the administration has dubbed its reproductive freedom tour. Some say the strategy could backfire.
Polling shows that even pro-choice Democrats, though, do not approve of the extreme agenda that the Biden-Harris administration has, which is abortion up until way later in pregnancy, up until the moment of birth, really. Also, that our taxpayers would pay, our tax dollars would pay for that.
With so many challenges facing the country, voters may resent the fact that the Biden administration chose to go to an abortion center, not to our heavily compromised southern border, not to a grocery store where people can barely afford food, but to a place where children are killed on purpose. That's what they care about, Students for Life told CBN News.
I honestly think it's just heartbreaking to see the Vice President of the United States celebrating a clinic whose purpose is to take unborn lives, rather than doing something concrete to help women who are facing these situations.
Regent Law Professor Aaron Hawley says many Americans would rather see the Biden administration help women keep their babies.
So instead of working to facilitate programs that help the unborn, that help mothers, like pregnancy care centers do throughout this country, instead that they're celebrating organizations that profit off of a baby's demise.
Indeed, Harris's abortion clinic visit energizes pro-life voters. No other presidential administration has been as focused on promoting abortion as this one, the National Right to Life Committee said in a statement. And Americans United for Life said, "We've seen pro-abortion politicians becoming increasingly brazen about their support for abortion. Kamala Harris's visit is about as bad as it gets." So while this is the first time a president or vice president campaigned at an abortion center, it may prove to have been a step too far. Lori Johnson, CBN News.
Well, Charlene was getting exercised while that story was going. What's your reaction to it?
It's grieving and it's disheartening to see a vice president go to campaign at an abortion clinic. I mean, with everything else, just like Kristen Hawkins said in that story, with everything else that's happening at the southern border, there's the issue with grocery prices. I think most Americans, if you were to do a poll, what are they most concerned about? They can't afford groceries. They can't afford to put gas in their car. And yet you would make this the issue. I think it's going to backfire. I think people are either going to...
Well, they've had some election success with the issue.
Yeah, but I think younger people, younger voters, first of all, they wanted a younger candidate than Biden anyway. But I think younger people are looking at the pro-life issue and like, I'm more inclined to vote pro-life.
Yeah, the surveys are pretty clear that yes, there should be limits. Yeah. And you know, the debate is it 12 weeks? Is it 16 weeks? Is it 15 weeks? What's the time? I'll go back to 2016 and in a presidential debate, Hillary Clinton made the statement that she supported abortion up to the day of birth. And I was shocked that she did it. And I said, you just lost the election. You can't you can't have that as some kind of winning issue. Well, we'll see on this one, and obviously the politics is going to get fast and furious right here in America. It's still March, and we don't vote till November, but stay informed, get educated on what the positions are, and make up your own mind.
And pray.
And pray.
And pray, definitely.